Although the volume was a bit high, the volume. Okay. So after the last one, which, going to my notes, the last one would have been Sentinel, Rastin, Stoneborn, the representative of the Guild of Faith.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we can.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Ah, yeah, mother dang. I'm forgetting I
He
turned my
appears to
mic
be
off.
speaking tongues.
Carpenter's Guild, Faith.
And luckily, they're all dwarves and they all like crafting.
What is Gab? Gamblers. Okay. True. Well, maybe not true. So
So far, I think we've been able to craft our way through everything that they've asked us so far.
the next dwarf in the line, this will be your fifth dwarf of the 10 that make up the Court of Regents. And this one is also a female dwarf, and then she kind of gets up. She goes, "My name is High Physic Natri Dolgender of the Physics Guild. We
I sense medicine coming on.
are ones that pertain to improving and maintaining the health and the body. We sometimes are at odds with some other groups as we are a bit more nuanced with how we handle things, but we are one of the more calmer ones. My query to you and your group is, let us say that your best friend has been having a real hard time. What do you do to cheer them up?"
Dr. Martin, well, I killed them and raised them, so they don't have to worry about having a hard time anymore.
Is it we are
It's sense motive, right?
they ask, well, what do you do to cheer your friends up? Is that what the question was, more or less?
Basically, if they're having a hard time, what do you do to cheer them up? Yes.
Okay. What is the skill we use to determine, is it perception?
It is a perception. Or a society check that makes sense, but
Perception's the free one, right?
Oh boy.
I got this.
Wow.
Oh, well, I didn't roll a 1.
We got
Yeah.
2 1s and 2 5s. 1 5, 1 5.
So I'm pretty
Alright,
sure the
yeah,
answer
break
is
the mold.
occultism.
Perto needs to break the mold.
Percha needs to break the mold. Oh,
With the percent.
yeah.
If you
sorry,
roll a
I
one,
somehow
you're
missed that
sacrificing someone.
perception was the thing.
Oh, thank God.
Somebody is paying attention.
not a perception. Okay.
Ugh.
All right. So you learn. You can some of the skills that you can possibly use are nature, survival, and athletics.
Nature,
Interesting.
survival, and athletics. That's
So when we use, like, I thought-
interesting combination.
when you said physics, you started saying all this stuff about athletics. I'm like, okay, but the question just seems so far out from, like,
Remember,
I do a tumble.
when we roll a 1, we get fakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, very.
But
very
she says she was the what was her name?
I guess we should make the
Dolgender.
High
She's
physics.
high physics. I'll copy and paste it. I got to make sure this actually. This,
high physics.
Physic as in medicine physic.
Not like physicist physic.
Okay. I was gonna say if it was physicist, I'll just throw an arcana.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out on a limb and hope that all dwarves are the same and they like crafting.
That's
So
racist, man.
so Van's gonna talk about how he would make them something very specific to them that they would really love. Some sort of jewelry or something that and to cheer them up, and all roll crafting.
Now I'm going to tell a dirty limerick. She's going to make a perform check for that. Let's see how good we do with that.
Very limerick about how she helped a boil on Perto's face.
I am going to make a perform check myself to pretend to laugh at Shanava's dirty limerick.
Please roll a 1.
It's a bad one.
No, I'll almost roll a 1. At least I have a non-negative charisma score now.
This is it.
So you said
1.
survival, nature, and what?
Athletics, I believe.
Well,
It's not. Yeah. Thanks.
we have survival, I hope, Ranger.
My nature is actually better than my survival, though.
Hmm.
But since Kachaka rolled nature, is it better for me to roll a different thing? Or should I just roll nature again?
We should probably spread it out in case it's I guess it's meta knowledge to know that some of these might be fakes, but
I mean,
Here we go.
since you kind of discussed it, it's
Well,
meta knowledge
agree.
says that of the 3,
I don't
some of them are probably fake. So
yeah. I'm also gonna roll medicine just based on the fact that this is the physics guild, and discuss what sort of medicine and alchemy. So what sort of tonics can be used to alleviate the symptoms of a morose personality?
LSD.
I have got so many magic mushrooms you would not believe, and evidence shows that proper usage in a guided session can actually just remove morose personalities from patients entirely.
plus 1.
Just sure. It's actually the mind-eating mushroom.
Makes it minus 10. Okay.
Yeah, well, don't tell them that. I mean, they're not going to need that mind anymore.
So the high physics sits back and nods. I will say outside, just as a bit of clarification, just as a note, man, that you get one shot. You can't do multiple skills. So in terms of Kachaka, for instance, the nature one would be the one that would go, not the medicine one. I'm also assuming Shanava actually did performance. I'm assuming it was you actually were doing. So okay. Barely. Let's do this one. Let's just mix it up. All right. Next up on the list, stepping up, is this rather rough-looking dwarf. He gets up and he looks at you all and goes, "My name is Mountain Heart Kovlar and Chisel Rock, representative of the Stonemasons Guild. We handle most of the construction and renovation of this city. Now, why should we, or more important, why should you, as outsiders to Kovlar, even be allowed to meddle in our affairs?"
Perception.
These be secret perception checks? on the
Yeah, are
counter
these supposed to be
false
secret?
info?
I guess they're
Is the
also
API
technically
working
supposed
again?
to be secret. Is it no?
Us knowing that
Oh, that
failed
seemed to be.
critically. It's kind of a
Oh, okay. I could re-roll my perception check if you'd like.
That'll cost 5 hero points.
It's okay. I'm gonna use crafting anyway.
30 perception. Great. So 1, 2.
it still misses crafting.
Mm-hmm.
You learn between all your roles. You learn skills or possibly crafting, possibly society, possibly intimidation.
Oh, for sure. Okay, good, perfect.
Skepticism level is a 5.
Ooh.
Ooh, oh, someone critted.
So that means that he's gonna be really hard to run over. We all basically have to. Each one of us would have to pass, or 4 of us pass and 1 of us crit pass.
We got
Yeah.
good get extra points on our rolls.
What was his opening spiel again? It was
Why should
something
you,
about
as outsiders to Kovlar, be allowed to meddle in our affairs?
Van's gonna go over. Van's gonna have a quick
social role.
Gonna have a quick conversation about how if you let the bad rock stay, then eventually the whole place will collapse, and that sometimes it takes an untrained, or not an untrained eye, but an outside eye to be able to see the bad rock that everybody's kind of been passing over for the last few years. And I'll use crafting.
I like that one.
Are the roles supposed to be that we do supposed to be secret too, or is it just the?
It actually does say secret, so yes, it should technically have been secret.
Interesting.
Oh,
Okay.
that's sad. How can I never know if I want to re-roll it? All right, wait a second.
There's one. One fail. I need to get restream chat up actually.
Java's going to. What's she going to say?
If you have a favorite skill, that's 2.
We
Just
are
gonna
far,
scream at him.
far stronger as allies than we would be as enemies. You want us on your side.
Thing. Okay. I'm just moving stuff around so I can actually kind of get things.
Well, I'm in agreement with Van in that it often takes an outside eye to be able to perceive the inefficiencies and inadequacies of your existing architecture. And that you may see something that seems perfectly acceptable, but it is necessary to have an outsider to review your work to ensure that you are performing your architectural duties to their maximum capacity.
Yeah, what he said.
Is that everybody?
You doing anything, Perto?
Come on, Perts.
You got crafting, right?
Yeah, it's not very good. Perto is not confident enough, based on how skeptic this guy appears, feel like he can adequately contribute.
Okay.
Far and wide across this world. Nothing's stopping us now. Not you. Or whoever you're up against.
The dwarf kind of looks at you and then kind of takes the seat back down.
These guys are like stone face. Can't read them.
Yeah,
Well,
can we
his
try
name is
like a
Mountain Hunter.
special roll or something to get a sense of his opinion of our answers there? Or is he just so crazy stone face that nothing can be perceived.
Oh,
Idiots make them
so actually going through it, I read it. They kind of buried the line on me. The guild masters would actually announce the outcome. So,
interesting.
the recap: the Anvilers Guild, Gamblers Guild, Carpenters Guild, Guild of Faith, and the Physicists Guild all announce that they are impressed with you and trust your party. The Stonemasons Guild regretfully announces that they do not trust you.
Well, the Stonemasons Guild can bite me.
Next up on the list is another male dwarf. This one a bit quite different than the gruff other one. This one is dressed in quite lavish clothing. As he announces himself, I am Adorn Stask Dolgender, and I am the representative of the Guild of Finery. We represent everything concerning fashion and style. So my question is quite easy. Describe to me the most glorious outfit you've ever had the good fortune to wear.
Oh God, do I have that spell prepared? Please,
Van is going to go into detail about how they went to the Mwangi Expanse, and while they were there, they made friends with a spider person named Renali. And as a thanks for the work and all the effort that we put into helping her get back to the Mwangi Expanse, she made Van a set of clothing made of spider silk that she herself spun. And I will use crafting.
Well, let's see what our perceptions give us.
Oh, that's a good point, huh?
Yeah. Also, do you have any illusion spells, Van?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that
I'm gonna put this off to the
maybe
side so I'm not like breathing into
instead
the
of describing it, we can just actually make it appear. Get some dancing lights and ghost sound to get a full-on, runway catwalk fashion show thing happening.
A disco ball.
Elon, one of these skills is performance.
Oh,
even better.
Yeah, absolutely use crafting, though.
describe the elves in their traditional gear.
Their dancing gear.
Their dancing gear, yeah. To perform a quick two-step secret perform check.
Smash her ankle up against Van and breaks it. My ankle, not yours.
I figured. Where's performance? Is not. Oh, there.
No, good. Yeah, performance. Yes. Right. Anybody else stepping up, or everybody else staying quiet?
Erto is staying quiet.
Come on, Perno!
I will help.
Got none of these skills.
I will help Dr. Martin with his explanation and cast illusionary object on whatever he wanted done.
I was going to do the whole catwalk thing on Van, since you're the one with the fancy ass spider silk stuff.
Oh, that works too. You could roll crafting, though. I mean, I'm just assuming that all dwarves like crafting, but I could be wrong. But so far, almost all of them have liked this. Almost.
Mm-hmm. Almost, yeah.
I think we're in the home stretch and it's getting tougher.
Yeah, I would roll my performance for that, but I am terrible at that. But my hope is that if I throw down some spells there, that'll enhance the appearances of stuff, that it'll support a performance check there Maybe we can do that on Shinava.
With that, as you guys put on your display, the representative goes, I like them. They have my trust.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, right.
Did any of us crit? Would you at least tell us if we crit? So we know.
Van quitted.
Ah!
Yes.
Next up is another male dwarf, and this one announces himself as Archmage Shramgar Nalvrin from the
thank
Guild of Spells. We welcome all members from all magical traditions, with a primary, although most of us do practice Arcana. A lot of our spell work is in the defensive arts, but we have other talents. So, what is the most amazing work of magic that you have ever witnessed?
Sorry, that should be secret. My bad.
I'm pretty sure Arcana is going to be the key skill for this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And most amazing work of magic we've experienced or witnessed. I've witnessed.
Amazing doesn't have to be great. It could be that time I cast fucking chain lightning and that guy immediately crit save.
Yeah.
Just like grounded himself. Jesus.
Stone, wall of stone, saved all the slaves.
You know what? I think the Wall of Stone would be a better example there, because it's more quick thinking, outside of the box thinking for the Wall of Stone, and wow, that lady's ankles are like made of rubber. Okay, but yeah, it's more about the outside of the box thinking, quick outside of the box thinking on his feet that saved countless lives and enabled us to vanquish the bad guys instead of allowing them to get away.
Van's going to talk about that time that we were fighting those flying creatures and he jumped up in the air and blew them away with a cone of cold.
Your skills, by the way, from your perception checks are Arcana and Religion, and Skepticism value is a 2.
Oh, easy. She's gonna flash her freaking shield, show off the divine energy cascading off of it. Greatest act of magic I've ever witnessed. Spirit of Caden Kalian infusing my shield. Further protect me and my allies.
Increases it by 1. To
As
succeed,
for entertainment.
Arto is going to agree that it is Shinava's shield, which has saved him from death many times.
yes.
True.
My faith and my drunkenness have given my shield
Anything
strength
from
beyond
MC2? Sorry, Kachaka.
any
The
dwarven.
token is outdated.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, whatever.
Smithy.
I have exciting stories about all sorts of weird things I've done with magic.
The time you turned into a dinosaur was great.
Yeah, this one time I turned into a dinosaur and I broke a wall. And this other time I puked out a bunch of bugs and hurt some people. And another time I telepathically
flaming.
I drowned somebody with a bubble.
It was that time that you killed the necromancer with the flaming sphere from on high.
Good one. Oh, wait, no, that was terrible.
That's
You broke the wall and you gored that demon. Don't forget that part.
I mean, I, the beholder.
One move.
Oh shit! You said religion, not nature. I'm sorry. I'm stupid. Stupid.
Nature one is what's in the roll. And not trust you guys. You guys have seen quite some very magical feats. And he will trust you. I was just saying just because it was kind of funny, because watching the rolls. So just to spoil it. So Van crit failed,
Ooh.
which increases the value. Then Dr. Martin crit succeeds to reduce to kind of wash that one out.
So crazy.
That was an interesting first two rolls off the bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I feel like I'm missing gamblers, carpenter. Oh, coins. There you go.
Well, I guess the rest of us did okay to push it over the edge.
Mm-hmm.
I only had a 2. That's pretty good.
How many of these people are there?
There is 10. You've done 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got it. We got it.
So there's 2 left.
See how we can get extra points.
And the next one is female dwarf. And she introduces herself as Goldhand Wildy Iron Temper from the Guild of Coin. We manage all the finances and trade for the city, banks, commerce, merchants. The question I pose to you and your group is, what is the best way to make your fortune?
Ooh, I got a good answer for this one.
It's
let me do
definitely
this secret this time.
Oh, I kind of want to roll my thievery for this one.
Definitely, that's probably on there too, for sure.
Yeah.
It's the best way to make your legitimate fortune.
Completely legitimate. I resent the accusation that my fortune is not legitimate.
You take the skills are performance and
Nice.
society.
Ooh.
And they're what guild are they?
Coin.
Guild of Coins.
Okay.
So the
Okay,
banking guild, basically.
Okay, well, I'm afraid about using crafting for this one then.
We represent the banking guild.
But society is one of them, and I have a good society check. So Van's going to go into detail about how as we've gone through these gates, not only have we made friends, we've also made trade deals with all of the places that we've met, and have already started to reap the rewards of those trade deals. In fact, I think back at our town, we actually had people from the Wangi Expanse already there. And he's going to go into detail about that, and also about the personal things that he crafts to help raise the value of the town. And I will roll society. Let's see, where are you? Secret skills, society. If I crit fail, can you just like re-roll my thing, and I'll use a hero point? It's a C.
Don't use a hero point now. We're good. Shanaba's going to talk about how when she was in the desert, she would make enough coin just to get by. Singing songs that her mom taught her.
Dr. Martin is going to be describing how to follow the letter of the law to ensure that your fortunes are precisely within the bounds of law and therefore entirely yours. However, how certain aspects of the law can be used to your advantage in order to retain and maintain your newfound wealth.
And she'll go into a song a little bit, just sing a little bit of a tune. Probably hasn't sung in a while.
Anything from Perto or from Chaco?
No. I just throw all my money in the river or ocean, so.
This money, it's a concept.
Can you mark her? Can you mark her and use nature as a society?
Yeah, Perto's he'll do a society. Talking kind of like Van did with like establishing trade deals and stuff, but kind of leaning more on like the way we were able to do that and do our good adventuring was we got people from the town and everything. So like we invested in the town invested back in our keep, which did trade deals and everything, and it's like everybody kind of investing in each other and has allowed us to expand and reach more people, sort of stuff.
I don't know what the pun is. I guess if it doesn't.
Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm just
okay.
Trying to figure something out. I'm gonna say it's a normal.
I was just trying to figure out how in the hell to interpret all of that.
It's like, what happens when they all crit fail?
The guildmaster looks and goes, "Your stories are quite intriguing, but unfortunately I do not trust you guys."
I sang for you.
Well, I mean, the banking industry is certainly...
I was a bit torn because, like, Dr. Martin did roll, even if it wasn't, he rolled 20. It was a crit fail. Yeah. Okay. And the last person to step up is a male dwarf dressed in armor. And this one introduces himself as Commander Graska Hammersong of the Guild of Arms. We represent the soldiers and guards of our fine city. Now, tell me your greatest personal triumph. I gotta see what happens because they don't gain access to a quest.
Perception. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What?
Shame.
I'm clicking the thing on the... So weird. Shame. I know I'm being...
Shame.
So odd. Maybe, I think if you hold Alt down, maybe it does it.
Two. No, it's 30, right? Yeah. Okay. With you guys learn acrobatics and athletics.
Question.
What was the before athletics?
Acrobatics.
Or athletics.
You said we could use lore if it fit. Can we use diplomacy too? Is it like the
I think we.
the
Diplomacy is always an option for everyone
okay?
to do the influencing. Yes,
Okay,
that's always the
yeah.
basic one. Or you can try and figure out a favored skill.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna use diplomacy because my athletics and acrobatics really suck, guys.
Going to describe
Yeah.
the freeing of the slaves from. Fuck. What was the name of that quarry?
The slave quarry full of rocks and slaves and
Summer Shade.
quarry.
What was it?
The Summer Shade, I think it was.
Summer Shade?
The Summer Shade Granite Quarry.
Yeah. Into detail on the epicness of that fight. The Lich, the crazy hyena woman. And good lord, let me roll something good here.
I'm trying to like not have myself like be too close to the mic so it doesn't like echo and not echo but like doesn't pick up breathing noises and all that. Okay.
This whole situation reminds me a lot of the thing in book 2 when we had to convince the elves that we were good people.
Yeah, a little bit.
A lot of social encounters.
You mean with the dancing and the eating and all that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think they were with us already. They were just going to give us rewards based on how well we did, I think.
Anybody else? Or is everybody else staying quiet?
Perta's gonna describe that time that we snuck through the swamp in order to like ambush and like jumped up that like 40-foot wall.
That was great. And then got beat down by that stone
man,
golem.
That was awesome.
Clay golem.
Don't have to talk about that part.
But Dr. Martin wasn't there for that.
Mhm.
Dr. Martin is going to talk. Oh, wait, no. Martial prowess. Yeah, I guess I'm going to stay quiet then.
Let's
It's gonna
higher so that way it's like
Discuss magical
behind
battles
cast my
against
breathing.
wizards and
Hopefully that works.
mighty spellcasters and all that jazz, but that's just not gonna work.
Funny thing is I literally just looked at a meme that was very pertinent for this moment for Dr. Martin.
What's that?
It's about to be posted.
Oh,
Okay. So after a while he goes,
oh man.
I will trust you guys. You guys seem to
Booyah!
be trustworthy enough.
No crits.
No. No quits.
Solid performance.
Alright. I don't know. With that, the one that spoke first, the Forge Master, Kelda from the Anvilers Guild, because it seems you've had a word with every one of the court members. Now, you can state your piece again, and the court members will share what they may have, what they may know, or what they may at least have suspicions for you and your group to further help us investigate.
We were here because of we read in the book that one of the Scarlet Triad was coming here, right? Well, we read in the book that one of the Scarlet Triad was coming here, and the Wise Man's Eye just happened to take us here.
And we believe that they have ties with the undead. We have good reason to believe that. They may be working with the forces that have overrun your citadel. You fought a lich. Was working with them.
And we also had Voz, who was working with them, who was also a necromancer, so
Yes.
that isn't very far out of the realm of
They're
possibility.
necromancers.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, so bad.
Very bad. Mm-hmm.
We can also be friends, long-term friends.
We'd love to set up a trade route.
We have access to a portal. This is the first time I think any of us is mentioning this portal, right? I don't think we
Yeah, we've been pretty
Yeah.
secretive with them until we've gained their trust before.
I think that's a good time. So we have
yeah.
access to a portal called something nest, something or other. I don't remember the name.
We killed a purple worm that was inhabiting the area near the portal, and not only could we help you on the figuring out wherever this Scarlet Triad member is, but it's actually not that far away, and Rand gives directions to where we came from and says, we could set up some trade. You see, you have many weapons and armor, and we have lots of food from the top side that you could easily get. But we're mostly here for the Scarlet Triad. And then Bam will give her their
Probably.
name. 'Cause we don't know what they are. We just
Probably having dealings with the Triad. I mean, right? It's just mostly undead they've been dealing with.
right.
So have you, right? I mean, can we ask them? Do you know the Scarlet Triad?
They all look at each other and kind of look back and
Well, you will soon, if you don't already.
They are most loathsome individuals. They
Favors.
slavers, yes. Worst thing that they do is slave individuals against their will. No contracts of indentured servitude or anything like that, because they are, well, terrible people.
Why they're here, we don't know. But the journal that we have it says that they are, and
Well,
we need
it's-
your help finding them.
Pretty sure they're here because of the gate.
Of course. I mean,
at this point, the representative from the Carpenters Guild speaks up and goes, "That is exactly why I did suspect that there is definitely a greater force behind all the weird things going on here lately. Now, when I brought this topic up in the past, both the Mountain Heart Chisel Rock and Archmage Naluvin said there was nothing to worry about and there's no concern. I fear that some representatives here are neglecting their duties to the city, and I think that we must take care of the most precious thing that we have to help defend ourselves, the walls of Kovlar. Perhaps some fresh eyes may be able to help check over the walls and make sure that there's no such weaknesses where our enemies could get in.
Yes. This is what we were talking about previously. You need outsider eyes to review your work to ensure that it is all done properly and to code. Yes.
And this is the Forge Master talking, you said?
This one is the carpenters. I'll join Tora Garnis.
Spreadsheet for all these dudes.
Yeah, really.
What's her name? So she's all pro us and kind of speaking out against the other. Did she also named a few other guilds that she said were saying not to worry about it, right?
Yeah, those are going to be the ones we need to consider. Brain fart.
Yeah, what guilds did she mention? Were like just saying.
She called out stonemasons and spells.
Oh, the twos that we didn't pass, right?
You passed spells, you failed coins.
Ah, okay.
But the stonemason guy was tough. We got that much. We knew he was tough from the outset. He had a 5, if I recall. So he came into this already with his mind made up.
Yeah, because he's a secret triad member.
She got her eye on that one.
On the other side, the Archmage Alvin goes, so, pardon me, is to bring back a further point to what you lot were saying. You mentioned that you had some sort of a portal of sorts.
Of sorts.
Yes, we could show you if you'd like. Give me the rest of the dates. Okay. How far away is it, like travel wise?
It's I mean, it's decent.
Do we really want to show them?
It was an hour through the caves to get you back to where the gugs were, and then it's 1,000 feet through the cracks to get back to where the purple worm was.
So we'll get to that.
It's gonna be at least a it's gonna at least be like a day activity kind of. Even the wall thing to cover the walls will take up like a day of time to kind of scout
I'll show
all
you
the
when
walls.
we're done. When we're all done here, we'll be happy to take you to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could just teleport us there. It's up to you.
Teleport us tomorrow.
Take ahead of it. No, don't do that.
But we could do it tomorrow.
Why not?
Don't want to start a freaking war against these dwarves right now. Who knows? But they may want control of this thing. Who knows? Right now, let's keep our cards close to our hand, or our hand close to our chest.
We do seem to be jumping right to trusting them implicitly.
Got issues here. It looks like there's some factions. Maybe we don't know who exactly is on our side just yet.
Yes.
This is the man that wants to see this place. Yeah, we'll show it to you, buddy.
The Archmage, yes.
Once we've dealt with the triad and we know the enemies, our common enemies have been defeated, and we will take you to this portal. I'll get you all wasted on proper surface dwelling air.
All right. So you said something about walls.
Correct, yes. To examine the walls.
Is there a problem with the walls?
Well, just to see if there is a problem with the walls.
What's his name there seems to think there is one, so I think we should take advantage of that and see what we
Okay.
can see.
They want us to go check it out.
Yeah.
They were intimating.
Correct. That is
Fine.
that is the thing.
We'll go check out your wall. Maybe kill a few boneheads.
Or
That's
not.
what you like to see.
Fine.
Not everything's about killing, Shinaba. We'll check out the walls and see if there's any weaknesses.
Why can't it be?
So, this is essentially an exploration activity. It will take you a whole day to kind of review the walls
Ooh,
and scout the walls back and forth, essentially. And that's what you guys
Okay.
wish to do.
Okay. We will do that.
Okay.
yep. Check it out.
Right. So, studying and patrolling the walls. Is everybody doing it?
I'm going.
Yep.
Yeah, we should stick together. We don't know if there's a problem with this wall. Might take our combined abilities to deal with it. It's probably goblins.
You and your goddamn rivers.
Okay. In that case, anybody who is going and examining the walls, I will need either an Arcana or crafting check in secret.
Womp, womp. I cannot do that.
Crafting in secret.
Do they give us different answers depending, or is it just the same thing?
Probably different DCs.
Just seeing how Arcana is. How is Arcana applied in this set case?
Well, they probably have magical wards and stuff like that in there that are.
So,
Anybody else?
I got nothing. I can't make either of those checks.
All right.
Kachaka is BRB, so.
Yeah. So as you guys go through and kind of patrolling the walls, examining the walls, what you guys were kind of musing between yourselves is accurate. As you can see that the walls are do have protective runes on them as well to kind of explain the Arcana explanation. While going through, you notice, Rand notices, that there is a bit of an irregularity in some of the runes on one portion of the wall. It's very subtle, but there's a slight distortion of the stone and the magic, almost like a repetitive strain to the wall. The examining, the best you can kind of gather from looking at it is the showing or the distortion, the way it's kind of the stone itself is being distorted, looks to possibly be some sort of the source of whatever the distortion might be coming from underground someplace.
Like bad rock.
Further
Oh no,
underground.
not those elemental things, please.
Yeah, well.
Although we know, oh shit. Shinab's gonna grab the that totem from Perto. What was that thing that can turn into echolocation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Echolocation won't go through
It's a
solid stone.
talisman.
Just sure, I know, but I just remembered how important it would have been to have that already handy. So,
I'll fix it for you. I don't have rapid affix.
oh, it has to be a fix. Never mind. Okay. It's down in the ground.
I'm not seeing it.
What's that supposed to mean?
Maybe there's
Actually,
some underground.
Dr. Martin you would notice the irregularity, but you wouldn't have been able to figure out the source of it.
Okay.
I did, right?
I gotcha. Yeah.
I'll be RB, but I still got my headphones on.
All right. I will say, well, if it's a strain underground, it could be a few things. There might be an underground tunnel or something. Creating a tunnel underneath would likely cause strain because, well, it doesn't have anything solid to sit on. It could just be the rock underneath it too, but it is. You said that it was like repetitive strain.
Correct. Like it's not just come one time. Like it's not like it's been constantly being strained, constantly. Something's constantly affecting it over multiple times.
Yeah, I would immediately go back and report that then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, did I don't remember if I got burrowing yet. No, damn it. That's my next racial heritage type of dealie.
You know what I could do though? We got that. Hold on. Age of Ashes Lucian. We got a elemental gem that summons a earth elemental, right?
Yes, we do.
And you said it was a living landslide. Let me see if they.
Why don't we just tell the dwarves?
Because I could just have the thing investigate.
Yeah. And after all, if we just go to the dwarves and tell them that, oh no, your words are bad, they're not going to believe us. We have to be able to come back and tell them that this is why their words are bad, and this is why they're about to be invaded by some terrible, horrible things that are
something coming underneath. Shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and living landslides have earth glide.
It's gotta warn them.
They have earth glide, so it'll be able to go through. Yeah, it says the living landslide can burrow through any earthen matter, including rock. And it leaves no signs of tunnels or its passing. So yeah, fuck that.
I was gonna start hustling back to the wherever that. Where was this thing? Is it right? Is this at the anvil here? Is that kind of where it's at?
No, it would actually be kind of like on the western side of the city.
Okay,
At one part of the wall.
Okay.
While Van is using the gem to summon a living landslide, I prepared true seeing today.
I thought that's what was being detected. I didn't realize that Van was doing that. I see now. My bad.
Yeah, so I'm just going to whip out some true seeing and see what I behold here. Because I also have some other suspicions that I would like to have put to rest.
Yeah, so I'm going to summon a living landslide and command it to Earthglide and basically go around and like see if we can figure out what was causing the strain in the general area, in both in the wall and in the ground around it.
Okay.
There's your landslide.
There's your landslide. Level 5 landslide. So it bubbles down a bit, and about 10, 20 minutes probably pass. So it eventually resurfaces. And does not have anything to really report. It didn't really find anything, as it went down and tried to find something, but unfortunately,
So there's no tunnels, there's no anything around it. So that means somebody must be fucking with the wall specifically. So it doesn't find anything, but that just kind of confirms my suspicion that it isn't like somebody like accidentally built something underground over here. Somebody has to be over here specifically tampering with it.
yeah, possibly, yeah. Or the elemental, or the elemental couldn't find anything either. But also a possibility.
I'd hope it could with
well, let's see what the dwarves have to say about that. I guess that's all we're all gonna find for now.
Did I see anything with my true seeing?
Oh yeah.
You see the protective runes. Nothing out of nothing weird, nothing out of what you ordinarily would have seen. So no, all the dwarves that you are engaging with are alive dwarves. They are not Rakshasa. There's nothing like that. No.
Okay.
That's good to have. Holy crap! That'll see through Rakshasa's disguise.
Absolutely keeping that prepared.
Yeah, it's just a secret counteract check though. It doesn't automatically go through, which sucks,
so there's no
still better than
guarantees that it works.
Right.
All right. Well,
true.
What do we know about the dwarves? Who have they been up against something other than the undead?
We'll have to talk to them about that. Yeah.
Or it's about to, at least. The tide's about to feel like something's going on here. Why do they even know there's something wrong with the walls?
Well, sometimes people have hunches and feelings, and sometimes they're correct. It certainly seems to be that way. Given what we found with the distortions of the wards, doing, heavens only know what.
I don't know. It's all just lining up a little too easily. Something's going on. They're not telling us.
On that, I do not disagree.
Thingy? Can we head back to the council?
Yeah,
sure. You make it back to the main hall. At this point, it's like I said, it's been essentially a whole day. So, of course, they're not all gathered there, but the one that you specifically was tasked from Aldrina Garnus is still lingering around. And goes, as you've returned, what do you have to report? Did you find anything?
Van goes into a detailed report on the western wall where there is somebody that has to be specifically tampering with it. I had summoned a earth elemental to scan the area around. There doesn't seem to be any tunnels or anything near that area. However, it's like repeated tampering or something. However you described it.
There was tampering and distortions in the thing, which have a unknown final result. However,
Who's supposed to be checking the walls? The Stonemasons Guild and the Guild of Spells?
The two that were against us.
No, the Guild of Spells we actually...
Yeah, they liked us.
Right, but they were the ones that were also saying it's nothing to worry about.
Well, was the spell work okay, or was it just the stone that was an issue?
The distortion in the stone affected both the stone and the runes. Because the stone got distorted, it distorted the rune that was on it as well. So the rune would technically not be fully functioning.
Got
possibly.
it. And it's the stonemason's job to check the stone, I'm guessing, and the Guild of Spells' job to check the rune work. Okay. Seems pretty sus.
Mm-hmm.
The Aljournal
Us as fuck.
goes, I was afraid. I was hoping that it was just my own nervousness, but if there is something wrong, then I'm glad that you at least were able to confirm something is going on in this city. At least you've spent a day out there working. It's least I can do is give you something for your hard work. As he kind of reaches into his folds for his clothing and pulls out a runestone. You lot seem to be quite the magical knack. I'm sure you know what to do with this. If not, we have many people that can affix such runes to your equipment if need be. And he will give you 1 fortification armor runestone.
Oh, nice.
Oh. That's not too bad.
Let me read that.
Does that protect against crits? Is that the same thing?
It does. Oh, but it's not great in this version. It's a DC 17 flat check on success. It's a normal hit. However, it increases the armor's bulk by 1 and the strength required by 2.
Wow.
So
you have both players, right?
That's an interesting balance.
You have
doesn't she have mithril foil plate?
No, she has a mithril weapon. It's not
mithril.
Yeah. So, it would require a strength of 20 to wear without having the penalties to everything. Do you have a strength of 20?
No, Shav is a 19.
Okay.
What's up, Kunai?
We can hold on to it until you're level 15.
Or anybody else? I mean, can anybody else wear it? Or
it has to be on medium or heavy armor.
Oh, I was about to ask. I meet the strength score if my leather goes up by 2, but that's light armor, so wah.
The only one with medium or higher, then, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird if you think about it.
Okay. We'll hold on to
only
it.
one person in the entire body.
According to Hero Lab, I can't put it on, though. It's telling me there's a problem.
Weird. Maybe it's because you have a specific magic
resilient armor. And armor potency +1 on there already. That might be the why.
But you have a special set of armor, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have.
Yeah, the specific magic weapons and armor are not allowed to take additional property runes.
Oh well, never mind then.
Stay lurking, stay hidden.
Not even a question. His armor is freaking awesome. Well, I hope you don't mind if we sell this rune immediately.
Sell it.
Wow, I don't know if this sounds like a asshole kind of move, but like, could Van be like, yeah, this is great, but nobody here can really use it. Do you have like an energy resistant rune? Or something like that.
Not to look a gift, dwarf in
the mouth, but like we don't want to just immediately turn around and sell it.
Yeah, like, to be honest, we won't use it, I guess, so maybe that's a nice way of putting it. Like, we thank you, but we have no current use for this. Sorry.
Okay. We like your gift, but we don't actually need it. One person can roll a diplomacy check.
Oh,
I'll
snap.
do it.
Wait, can we
I have
aid?
Got it.
I have shameless requests now, so they won't be as angry if you fuck up.
That's hilarious. Can we aid?
Sure, I'll allow you to aid.
Shava's going to show them the armor.
Yes,
She's like,
it's like,
as much as I would love to put this on and wear it on behalf of all of on you guys, but this armor is a gift from the Silver City of Cantargo. Blah blah blah. For what we did and says
oh yeah.
So we are big damn heroes.
That's right. Just makes it.
Oops, it rolled secret. Sorry.
Okay.
Vanna would be like, I really appreciate this, but as Shanova said, she's really the only one that could really get the use out of it, and I'd like to honor your city by taking a rune that we could slap on to somebody to, help. Yes.
Okay. He looks at you group and goes, I can certainly procure one. Is there a specific energy you wish to resist?
Nice.
It's gonna be mostly Perto who gets this because it goes on his armor. So, what do you get hit with?
I have resilient on my thing. Can I have another thing?
Resilient isn't that's a fundamental armor rune. It's not a property rune.
It's a different thing. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you normally get hit with? I guess fire.
I feel like
Fire seems pretty common.
We haven't hit a ton of it now, but I don't think we've hit anything like more often than fire.
Yeah.
Everything's asset at that point.
Oh, it's shadow leather armor. Is shadow a thing? What is shadow?
Yeah, but you've never used it.
It's +1 to stealth.
That's it.
Is that just +1 to stealth? Okay, so we can definitely swap that out because I don't use stealth too often.
Maybe. Well, I will procure and try and find you a puppet to help resist the flames. It'll take me a day or so, but it sounds like you may be here for some time.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yes, we'll definitely be here for some time.
Okay. At this point, he takes back the fortification rune,
and sadly lets it go, thinking that was 1,000 gold, but we definitely need something.
At this point, it is wild hard for you guys to know what time it is down here on the ground. You can definitely feel your body starting to tire a bit as you spent a full part of a day and a little bit more out and about.
It's been a day. Wow, yeah. Especially with that downtime that we did. Jeez. We need lodgings.
Well, obviously they have an advanced civilization here, so it should be taverns and inns and other places where we can procure lodgings.
Get any visitors here?
Yes.
Do you think this is a big port of call for people? I don't think so. Do they have a tavern or an inn? I mean,
there's actually quite a few. Actually, yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Depends what kind of accommodations will you guys wish to seek.
Something with a good tavern.
I want luxury. I don't give a damn about a tavern. I'm so bougie.
I'm a bougie
You missed
wizard.
your
Well,
entourage.
reclining in the lap of luxury certainly would not go amiss. Just saying.
Asking around town and trying to find a nice lavish place to stay. You do identify there's one such place. It is called the Gold Sky Inn.
No alliteration. What do they think about that?
Maybe in Dwarvish, it's more.
Its
like
old name was Golden Gulag.
The statues are really people that have just been turned into gold by mwangy
Yes.
spellcasters.
Is it rowdy or is it more uppity? So I was going to try and ask around for a place more to her liking.
I don't think we should split up.
It's all right.
You said weapons and armor up to level 12 can be bought here, right?
Correct, yes.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to buy a +2 armor potency rune then.
Thick ruins should be fine.
I think I'm gonna sell my Dragon Slayer shield. I'm just not gonna use that anymore.
Until they
That's 350 gold, half price, right? 330.
correct, yes. Good old Pathfinder 1 rules. So, is Shanawa going to find another place to stay, or?
Well, what's this place like? It all depends on what this place is like.
I mean, it's definitely...
Just gonna go with them to the place and then give it the once over.
It's definitely not a rowdy establishment like what Shanawa's probably more used
like
to. It's
motorized.
definitely more of a proper... Like, this is a luxury type inn where people, people go here to stay and not to...
Okay.
Brawls on a common occurrence.
Is there
establishment.
anybody she could just grab and be like, "Where's a good place to drink?"
Is there a brothel?
They're a dwarven brothel.
Just to gather info, if that's a thing I can do without spending hours.
Trying to find another place to drink. You find there is another establishment. This one is called Sleep Like a Stone. It's a bit less expensive, a bit more on the common type vibe, a bit more affordable for people to.
It's usually where
to
the
stay
best
there.
drinks are. Best taverns. Is it far from here?
Not too far. You kind of ask around, get directions. They kind of point you in the direction, and it's not that long of a walk away. 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, so she'll go over there and, she'll book a room here, but then she's going to go to the tavern. Make sense?
Okay.
She's going to leave her armor, go out in her skivvies.
How many rooms are you all purchasing at the Golden Sky Inn or the Gold Sky Inn?
Do we need to double up?
The only thing Van would want to do is shack up with the necromancer because he has a funny smell. That's it.
Perto and Shinava will get a room then.
Kurt was like, "I want my own room, Mom. God." No, but
Maybe a
Van is
separate room just for Lucia and
right. Van is going to get a room next to Shinava though, because he's going to be going over there and cleaning her armor and shit. He does all the post care. Well, somebody's got to keep it up. Shinava just bangs shit with it and is like,
you're like the you're the mech mechanic.
So how many?
I think we're getting 2 rooms. I think right. Shinava's going to sleep with Lucia and Perto. I guess
Kichaka and I can
will just be somewhere.
Chaka can shack with me. It's fine. sleep at the foot of my bed or something.
Oh, snap.
Except it has to be in dirt, and it's all rock here. Sorry.
Oh, you didn't bring any dirt with you, like in Private Ryan? Got a suitcase full of it, or a backpack?
I just imagine each other being like, "It's fuck all y'all. I got my own room." Throws the acorn down. It doesn't grow.
So each room costs 10 gold a night.
Okay, that's like pennies.
Good.
That's what we get for bougie. That's a fine, I think, right? It's 10 gold.
That's the
Cost of living.
the extravagant suite lodging. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So 2 or 3 rooms or something like that. I was
Well, it's
joking
10
about
gold a
tracking up
night,
the net.
so it's 5 gold if we're splitting a room, right?
Yeah, but we have 100 gold that we still have to split, so like we can just remove it from that, the unliquidated shit. Okay, well, we should at least get
account.
Yeah, right. Let's get like 5 nights because we're probably gonna be here at least that. So 5 nights times 2 rooms is so it was 10 gold a night.
Correct.
So 100 gold. So yeah, there's the 100 gold we got.
Can Shanava sell her shield easily enough, especially going to the other tavern?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Up to 672 gold. Start building up for that next shield fund.
One thing I would like to get is I would like to get I was telling you about this, sir, but I really think we should get you a cold iron shield boss.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I don't mind splitting the cost with you because
sense,
yeah,
for sure, to get that. But I just
so
what that cost?
It's 880 for standard grade.
But I mean, that's something you take with you. You put on a new shield, you know. Is that? But I thought that was not purchasable here.
No, it's cold iron is fine.
Oh,
it was sovereign steel.
The sovereign steel is a bit rare.
That's very rare. I figured it was a maybe.
How much is that?
It's 880 gold, but I don't mind
expensive.
fronting the costs for now because it would it'd be very useful. So I have 800 gold.
I mean, I'll put all my gold into it. I mean, if I'm going to spend gold, you know, it's as well be on that.
880 minus 672 is 208, so I'll put 208 in. So,
I got a lot of
neat. That leaves me 600.
D&D is like one of the few games you just have like a spreadsheet. It's like manage stuff.
Eventually, what you're going to want to do, it doesn't really matter now, but the greater doubling rings allow you to carry over the property runes. So not just the +1 to hit, but also the keen and all that. But it doesn't matter because everything you have, you can't use on your shield. But eventually, I was thinking a holy rune would probably be a good addition.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
And if you get greater doubling rings, that would carry over to your shield.
Badass. That would fit really well with the whole shield, what it is now.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, because the good thing about holy, it only does a d6 of good damage, but if you do even 1 good damage to a creature that has good weakness, it's
it triggers
exponential.
that whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's not terrible.
Can we say that is done, Rob, or should I wait on the shield boss thing?
It would. How long does it take you to affix the shield boss to the?
Oh, I think that's pretty quick. I don't think that's I think it's like 10 minutes of work.
10 minutes
Yeah.
Okay,
with
yeah.
a DC 10 crafting check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's
you can obviously either the next day you go out and you purchase it and affix it to the shield, no problem.
Boom. Now you have silver and cold iron covered.
Yes. So is Perto, right? Yeah, he's got both of them, so we're good. Now we're gonna need adamantium to fight everything.
Yeah, adamantine isn't as
Just golems from now on out. It's non-stop golems.
oh god.
Just an army of
Maybe that
golems.
doesn't give me the option to create. Or maybe it does. Look.
I think what we'll do, just because I think it's a good point right now, we'll take a quick break here, and then we'll pick it up with another day after you guys have fixed the new upgrade.
A little beer, so I don't have to pay for much.
Give you guys
Actually, you have a brother. Have him pay for your shit.
time to
Yeah, Perto.
figure out your next move.
Got 900
Alright.
GPs on you.
BR me then.
I
No,
think.
with that,
Let me open the sheet room.
I will
Yeah, what for?
also be right back. Thank you guys. for
What am I
watching.
paying
Pokers and blow, Perto. Pokers and blow.
I see that going from
Catch us
a
on the
well, you
flip
could use this
side
too.
of
I
the
mean,
break.
going from a +1 to no wait.
I've got +2 striking on my eclipse already.
We're talking about armor.
No. You know what? I'm looking at the greater striking now as a weapon upgrade.
Oh, that's right. I forgot we were talking
Oh.
about greater striking last week.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It's 1,000 gold pieces to go from a +2 striking weapon to a +2 greater striking weapon. Okay, that's very
Greater
handy.
striking adds an extra damage die. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Correct.
I am willing to fund the Shinava hits harder.
Yes, it's for every.
By 500, if somebody wants, like, I don't know, MC2 who's
Right.
rich.
She'll have out night of the town, or she'll take you out night of the town. It's like it's an auction.
Are you willing to help out, Hobo?
Sure, what do you need?
500 gold.
Oh yeah, money.
Sure. I was just gonna throw it in the ocean anyway.
Okay.
Why not edit this?
You said it's 1,000 serve?
Yeah. So
Yep.
Perdo, you can purchase your own.
Yeah. I'm
Right.
gonna put
And-
that on Eclipse then.
Okay. So can we do that? Because it takes time to do that.
I guess, yeah, it takes time to upgrade it. I mean, we can buy the thing, but to actually utilize it, I think we have to
Spend a
lock
day.
it in a closet for a couple of days.
We got two crafters at least that can do each of our things.
That should make it easier to actually read the screen.
Yeah, it only takes, hold
So
on.
I believe it takes a day to put a rune on. Days of work. Days worth of work.
that should hopefully.
Yep.
I mean, check restream, make sure everything's going on over here. Everything's going on good over here. And
My investigator's the only one with crafting in my other party. So.
so I know them crafting rules. Down,
Between me and
down.
Dr. Martin, we can get everything sorted out in a day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so why don't we do that? We're not being summoned, right?
At this point, just to make it a bit easier, you can go speak to any of the guild masters to, whoever you wish to speak to see if they know anything. Head to the court or head to their respective organizations. Most of them will probably be at the court to manage business. But yeah, there's no you are not being directly summoned to show up the next day. So
I would like to check in with the whatchamacallit person.
I just want to make sure everybody should. I did give you guys a little reference chart.
Oh, what? Where?
Did it not
Where?
show up to you guys?
Hey!
Yep. Court of Regents reference.
Oh, I see it now. Okay, so I would like to go see the Archmage once we get done with this crafting thing, so... hoping they'd give us some money or something.
Travel,
I forgot,
we'll
did
give
we get-
Van. She'll trust Van with her sword. He is the creator of it.
Did we get that fire resistance thing for Perto? I can't remember. I walked away for a second.
We did get it. It just has to be put on still.
Okay.
Correct.
Hey, dude, you're gonna be the mage tank.
So you guys are taking another day to do runes and all that?
Well, if it's okay, while this is going on, Shanava's going to go talk to one of the guild masters because she can't do any of this stuff.
Yeah,
So
Van
go-
will ask if you can talk to the Guild of Spells Master as since he can't because he's going to be working on your
Right.
sword all day.
Okay, what do you want me to ask him?
If he has anything for us to do, it seems like they all
okay.
have some.
Well, the spell guy. I mean, do we trust him instead of her or him?
The spell guy is the one that we did okay with. It was the coin and the stonemason that we didn't. But
You kind of.
Where'd the handout go?
it's under mysterious note and above Bosna's notes under handout.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I was looking for the wrong icon.
I'll go. Sure, I'll talk to him. If you think. I mean, I think he's a little shifty. He's no offense, but spellcaster.
I can accompany you, perhaps to provide a little interpretation of the arcanistry, or no doubt.
Van says, "No, you don't. You're joining me in this room, and you're going to be taking care of Petro's weapon."
Oh, right, but it's
here.
it's not quite a potion, now, is it? Very well. I see my duty, and I shall do this. Do my duty because I am evil.
Three of us that aren't crafting will
Except
go.
for what I am.
The dude, maybe. Anybody else want to come?
Sure, whatever.
All right,
We
which
always
one are you
just-
visiting?
The
He
Archmage.
wants me to go talk to
Archmage.
the Archmage. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tag along. Don't know how well I'll do, but I'll be there.
You know a bit more about that magic stuff than I do, at least. Hopefully, Kanchaka won't set anybody on fire.
No, I'll just choke them out with fungus.
Sounds good. Take a walk.
Eventually you make your way to the court. They eventually find the Archmage at the court. And as you guys return, he goes, as you've returned, I hope you've well rested. You've had quite a long day yesterday.
Yeah, well, beer was a little stouty for my taste. Lived a few, but the third one start to get a taste for it. Anyway, did we tell them about the stuff in the walls already, or no?
You told the all joiner, the one from the Carpenters Guild.
Okay,
They were the one that
So-
actually tasked you to.
right,
to
but
go.
we told everybody, right? Or did we just tell him?
At the time, I think you just told him.
Okay.
It was pretty late. It was a whole day, basically.
Well, I don't know if Al Joyner told you, but you've got some magic problems going on in your wall. Should have occurred out. It's like hoping he could explain it. What Van said.
Oh, yeah, so the Aljourner Garrus has told me you found issue with some of the runes. It's probably a tremor or some sort of disturbance that caused that part of the wall to weaken and disrupt the runes. I've sent some of our representatives to examine it and see what's going on.
I'm gonna try and read him. Perto, you too, man. Come on, use your sharp eyes.
I'm looking at him. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything.
Okay.
She generally seems to have this vibe that it's not a big deal.
What's going on in this town thing? Anything picking up? Your enemies seem to be a little more coordinated, or anything like?
No, I just think some of us are a bit more nervous and paranoid than others. But I still am most interested in learning more about your portal and whatever this magic you guys list all various magical triumphs and feats you display, but this one seems quite the most prominent and inspiring one.
Which feat is that you're talking about?
This portal that has brought you.
Oh,
to
yeah.
here. None of you seem to be from around these parts, so.
Yeah, that's right. We came here. We are in control of an ancient artifact that lets us go wherever we want. She doesn't know how it really exactly works. Go through a gate and go through there.
Is it? I think it was your friend said it's not that far away. Is it something that you could take me to so I can examine it, study it?
Yeah,
I don't know. You have to ask Van.
Yeah,
for sure.
Van has the key. I mean, we could take you there, but at this point, it's just a stone archway. We would need one of our resident spellcasters to do anything with it. We would have to check with him, and he's currently busy at the moment.
Hromgar. They call you Hromgar. We said before, we're not ready to give up the location of our way in. We're here to deal with a menace. Once that's done, you'll be better off for it, trust me. Then we could take you back, and I said I'll take you to a proper tavern. Oh, I miss the keg.
Well, it looks at it and goes, it seems you've been hanging around down with some of the other ones that are a bit too superstitious around here. Well, shame. I thought we could trade knowledge and information, but it doesn't seem you're interested in that.
Well,
Excuse me, I have other tasks to do. And just leave after that discussion.
This guy, he wants the location bad. Too bad for Shinava's tastes. Doesn't trust him.
Nava's way too fucking paranoid.
Yeah, she'll want no.
Well, I mean, at least she's moved on from the genocidal racism.
It's her home.
At least she's not
wanna open
racist.
The casual racism.
No. At least she's not like completely.
We'll see. We'll see how far we can trust this person. It's not her. It's it's not ultimately her call, but she doesn't want to
That's funny.
particularly give that bit of info up until they know more about what's going on here.
Yeah, like I don't want to give them our secrets.
It's too
They
pushy.
won't share up
Nice
theirs,
ask this.
especially after we've actually shown effort to try and help them or whatever, at least with the runes on the wall kind of stuff. They haven't really shown any reason we should trust them with our secrets.
He's literally just walking away if we don't tell him what he wants to know. She doesn't like that at all.
You want me to kill him, Shanawa?
Yes.
Remind me, this person is one of the ones that did not trust us during
Right.
the whole
Yeah,
round table.
He did trust you.
That's what I was trying to say. It's the coins and the stonemasons that didn't trust us. Spells
Like
guy
us.
did.
We didn't win them over.
Right.
But because they that's because we won them over doesn't mean that they're on our side.
The only reason why the archmage guy came up was because the runes and the wall were
Okay.
fucky and they haven't been up.
And he's
They
still
haven't been
okay
kept
with
up.
that. He's still fine with that. He's not freaking out or anything.
Right. That seems suspicious that not only is this person
He was blowing
at
it
the
off.
very least being negligent in their defense
He
of
didn't
the
ask
city.
us to investigate the
but-
wall, right?
Yeah,
that was
trying
like
to find these other
Forge-
secrets.
That was the,
No, it was the Forge Master.
that was
the
the carpenter's skill. Yes.
Carpenters are the ones that asked us to investigate. He didn't ask us to investigate, and they were telling him not to worry about it at all. Now there's a problem, and he knows, and he's still not reacting. I'm telling him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like we should-
I do agree with Shanava, but also I feel we should not be spilling our
Shanava
secrets,
has a-
even if they need a key.
Oh,
Pretty decent
definitely.
wit. She's not the smartest, but she's a pretty good judge of character. She likes to think.
I feel like we should visit the carpenters and see, like, did they have like a gut feeling that
Talk to the carpenters
something was
'cause he has
messed up?
Yeah.
Did they not trust somebody? You know.
Yeah, let's y'all should go talk to the carpenters and not. Yeah,
there's some intrigue going on here.
I agree with Perto.
So you guys speak to the all joiner?
Yep.
It's okay, the outgoing.
Perto Shanova again.
Well, we're just going to shoot over there. Yeah.
I know.
'Cause-
Yeah, I know.
and,
Phineas
Chaka.
and Van are doing crafting things. What is
Yeah, we
Chaka
have-
doing?
Okay. Eventually you get to an all joiner. Oh, so you've returned. How goes your conversations?
Hey, just had an interesting chat with the Archmage. Didn't seem none too concerned about the magic failing on the walls. Think he'd be a little bit more, I don't know, concerned about that?
But you're not having one on the call. May think that this issue. May think that there are issues. And some things may just be accidents that happen in the city. It's a city of
So
this
what-
size is going to have all sorts of incidents.
So what was the reason you asked us to check out the walls? You clearly don't think that.
Well, it's like as I mentioned the other day, the walls are one of our greatest structures, and it's best to make sure our defenses are up in case anything tries to get in.
Does that happen often?
No, most things don't get in. But though we do just generally deal with the undead. Undead generally don't have the wit to coordinate and
Storming
plan.
the walls. Just his walls are just there to protect against wandering undead.
Correct.
Are these
Most-
walls manned? No, right? I'm just picturing.
There are patrols on the
Yeah, there are patrols on the wall. Okay.
Yes.
Who patrols the walls? She asks.
Would the city guards would patrol the wall.
Who controls them? What guild controls them?
the Guild of Arms.
What do you think of Commander Grokar?
I mean, he's a strong individual. He's quite diligent with his men and respects battle. I don't. Seems to have a good respect of his soldiers.
This guy liked us also, right? The carpenter?
Got the money. Yes.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions?
Yeah. Me
Shut up
either.
and thinks back to a flashback to where her and Van is like giving her a list of questions, very specific. Don't forget this, and don't forget this. Like, oh man, what was it again? We'll play a little Blaze in the Dark flashback.
Meanwhile, Van in the flashback sounds like an adult in Charlie Brown.
There you go.
I guess to be
Van-
very pointed
so-
about it, we can ask why did you guys suggest we take a look at the walls? Like, obviously, they're very important for the defense, but
He said I should have asked him that. He said that it's just the walls are important to them. And
can I don't know, can I perception on that to see that's the sense motive replacement, right?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I think I missed that
you
question.
roll some of these.
So I want to see, like,
God
I don't know. It seems like it's important to them, but like, I don't know. It just seems like something. I don't know. Unless they just really, really liked us and they're like, yeah, do this. Why not? Kind of thing. It seems like it would also be something they'd have,
Why aren't they
pride in their
concerned?
craftsmanship.
Well,
sort of
yes,
thing, where they'd be like, you don't need to check it. Of course, it's going to be good, kind of thing.
Right, and she's going to ask him.
I want to know if they thought something was going to be wrong with it, or if they suspect sabotage, because that's kind of where I'm leaning with the Archmage being the way they are.
You get the feeling that he was essentially he doesn't seem to be hiding anything or any like other ulterior motives or anything of that sort. Just seems his words that he said were pretty honest and pretty truthful in his reasoning for prioritizing the wall.
Okay.
Now her follow up is why isn't anybody doing anything about it? We found out there's some weird problem, but your Archmage doesn't feel it's something that needs to be looked into. What are you concerned about this?
Yeah, the Archmage did say that he was sending people to deal with it.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yes.
Sending people to deal with it. All right. Okay.
And to answer your question, he goes, well, it's my guild does not have the word human jurisdiction, I guess. The wall itself is technically a structure belonging to the stonemasons and the Guild of Spells, obviously for obvious reasons. So it's up to them to maintain it, both in a physical and in a magical sense.
We didn't do well with the stonemason guy. Is that going to reflect any conversations we have with him as well? Probably. I guess we'll find out. Maybe we can go pay him a visit?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. I think we got everything from the carpenter. Said that.
I mean, there's no serious problems that need to be taken care of or anything. right? All is well in Kovlar's, what's this place called?
Kovlar, yeah. And just to keep in mind, it's not like the city's like in like complete disarray or anything of that sort. It's not like there's an open direct
Right.
kind
No,
of
it
thing,
seems
so it's
things seem very calm and stuff, which is worrisome to Shinaba because this person has been here that they're after a while. They didn't. Who knows how long this person's been here, and she's still having nightmares about this lich showing up again. And now with all this undead, it just feels like something's about to blow up.
It's at this moment where Perto realized maybe he should have gone for cold resistance with all this undead and necromancy.
it's at this point he realized.
Well,
I mean, she's just going to talk to them, just because she's got nothing better to do. But I'll be right back. But yeah, if we're done with this guy, if he's not really going to give us any more info or give us some, forthcoming.
Did we? I mean, we asked him what he thought of the commander, right? Did we ask him what he thought of the archmage?
I'll leave it alone. Why was
Okay.
so? If the carpenter doesn't do anything with the walls, why did he send us to the walls? So weird. I'm listening though. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
So, what do you guys wish to? For those of you not busy working on runes, what do the rest of you wish to do with the rest of your day? At this point, you've probably spent a good amount of I think there was a little shopping in the morning to get some runes and stuff, and probably into the afternoonish with all the talking and stuff you guys have done so far.
I don't know. Can I just do generic, I guess, going around town, information gathering to see like what the general thought is on the Guild of Spells and their like competency, I guess, or like how they're regarded? Like, do people look on them with disdain or think they're not doing their jobs great, or does everyone hold them in high praise, kind of thing?
All right.
At a society, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one. I was actually about to say that, thinking that too. That Shinaba's gonna be like, well, you know what? She's gonna go to the tavern and just pick up on any local rumors that happen.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
It's a good excuse to try. Let's go bar hopping. I think that's diplomacy.
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
Shinaba's just gonna try and use diplomacy
Oh, is
for
it
that.
diplomacy to like
Society, though.
gain
I
info or whatever?
Yeah, I think it could be, but I think depending on, I guess, how you're going about it, I guess.
Oh yeah, she's gonna go around, starting a tab.
Oh yeah, I guess gather information is straight up
This
just
is her,
the untrained.
It's her favorite terrain, so to speak. So secret diplomacy? That's secret check? Let me see.
Why does this do this all the time? Whatever. We'll make it live. We'll make it work. Okay.
Yes, gather information is secret. As critical failure, I collect incorrect information. She's just takes about 2 hours. Topic is going to be just general mood, I guess. Town, things maybe that are not talked about amongst the guild masters.
Okay. Starting with Perto's looking into the Guild of Spells. There's no ill towards any of the guilds, as they are essentially the leaders and the main bastions of the city itself. The Guild of Spells is mostly regarded kind of as you would expect a magic guild to have. They are the ones that kind of, hold all the knowledge and the discoveries and the spells, the magical lore. That's all kind of their wheelhouse and what they track and record. The best you're able to gather is that most of the information kind of flows a bit freely for those inside the guild. Any outsiders or any outsiders not in the guild usually can acquire such services or spells, but usually at a steeper price.
Okay.
Nothing
So not
nefarious.
Not completely, I guess, elitist and secretive private club, but definitely okay.
Shanawa's really
Definitely a little snobbery to them or something. It sounds like.
doesn't like that too much. The whole, her being chaotic.
I mean, wizards, you kind of expect that from them.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
In terms of Shanawa's time at the tavern, there's nothing. The general vibe in the town is actually not terrible. It's actually a pretty decent town. People have kind of got accustomed to living in this little part of Sagarak, and they've talking about weird things that have happened. People chalk it up to just things that happen in any town. Any town has incidents, any town has crimes, any town has any stuff like
What
that.
kind of any specific weird things? Really?
They start to go on, and it's an interesting conversation, as it's both Shanawa and people at this point probably have quite a few drinks in them, and they just start listing off various. This person got mugged. This person, so and so disappeared, and no one's ever seen from them again. Or this person got drunk and they got mugged in an alley, and they just start ranting off, and each story kind of gets a bit more and more far-fetched as the drinks keep flowing.
Stories that you would hear almost in any tavern.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay. Well, things seem pretty normal. Guess we can check in with the van and the dock. I think we're done for the night.
Correct. So that day will come to an end. So I'll also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom. Yeah. Anything else anybody wishes to do that night? At this point, the day would have finished enough for both Van and Dr. Martin to finish with the runes and all that.
Yeehaw! Got some fancy weapons now.
Woo! If not, it's safe to assume you guys rest and recover for the day. And another day in the underground occurs.
Quote unquote day.
True.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
What do establishment fine creatures do on this fine
Interesting to
day?
see while we're here.
What was that?
No, I'm just wondering any places to go sightseeing or. Although I suppose we should maybe consider collecting information on what's out there. Where are we going to go? Right? And the dwarves seem to be fine. They don't really need our help.
Mm.
We need to.
Except for the oddities going on with the wall. It does seem.
Wizard guy really wants to see the wall. Maybe we should show him. See what happens.
If only we had someone who was. Wait.
Let's do that. If it's a trap, we'll be ready for it. Especially now. She holds up her sword. Swing!
I mean, will we? I guess, like, I don't know.
Or
What if you had,
prepared
like,
that
the Gilded Arms come and try to arrest us or something?
You know what? I'm ready for that. Chaos is calling. It says right over my head that I'm chaotic.
Okay. See this tag?
Van will probably be happy to hear that.
PvP flag is on. Let's go.
Is Van even here? I think he went AFK.
I just got back. I was about to ask if I'm still crafting or if I can do stuff yet.
It is the next day.
We're crafting.
Yeah, next day has passed.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we got our fancy blades. Shana was just saying, we're kind of at a dead end here. We don't have any direction to go in. The dwarves seem to be fine. Both Perto and Shanava spent the night at a tavern talking it up. It's just normal dwarven.
Did we check in? Stuff. Did we check in with any of the other?
With the carpenter,
who we already did something for, but did we check with any of the other people? Maybe they'll have something for us to do.
No, we didn't. But I'm thinking maybe we'll take that Archmage to the thing and just see what happens.
Well, yeah, I guess we could do that, but I don't know. I like Van's idea of we can go to at least maybe some of the other guilds that
we can do that too.
Were favorable to us, like how the Carpenters kind of sent us on. I don't know, to at least look at something to see if some of the other guilds point us at some stuff that might have some, funky Guild of Smells related stuff.
Like, hey, you guys need anything done?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just do that.
I think we should do that before we do more of anything else with the Archmage and talk to him again.
Okay, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Sounds like a plan. Is there a particular person you seek out?
Let's see. We already worked for Alljoiner. Archmage wants to go visit. Why don't we check in with the High Physic to see if they have anything?
Yeah, that would be good.
And if they're mostly focused on helping people and healing them, then if they have anything to do, it'll at least be.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Okay. You make your way back and track down the High Physic, and she goes, "Greetings. What may I do for you in your investigation?"
We were wondering if you had anything that needed done. We spoke to all-joiner who had us work on the walls. And then the Archmage wants to look at the gate that we came in. Do you have anything that you need done, or know of anybody who could use some help?
I'm glad to see you've been working at, and that has been quite a dispute in some time to check those walls from the Archina, and it's quite tiresome sometimes having to calm the disputes that happen among so many people. But unfortunately, I don't really have anything to help you guys in your whatever you wish. In terms of all my representatives, I haven't heard anything, or any sort of weird incidents that have come up. What I can do, at least to help you in some way, is to arrange for our restorative services to help you guys if you need it while you are staying here in our city.
Oh, well, thank you. Do you happen to know if any of the other guild members might need any assistance?
I mean, I'm sure that some certainly have some sort of issues or complaints. You may not know what's about drawing, but there's one thing we like more than crafting and drinking. It's probably complaining about something. At least some of these definitely on the court do.
Well, I suppose we should talk to Forge Master then. Thank you. I appreciate your assistance.
Your bonus from the physics skill, whenever you guys do a long rest, you gain double the hit points back.
Ooh.
That's funny. What if you have a feat that already does that? Do I get double that?
Double the double. We also just have Kichaka, who literally tops us up after every rest, so...
Yeah, it's kind of...
So we should talk to all the guilds we made friendly with and see if they have anything.
That's what I was thinking. So, yeah, that's why I looked at our reference sheet, and after the physics, I was like, okay, let's just go off the top then. So, Forge Master is next.
Yeah, we'll just go through and visit everybody. See what they have to say, what they spill.
Do we only get the one chance to impress them, or can we impress them again later?
Or try to impress them again later.
Yeah.
I mean, you can certainly try. Nothing stop you from talking to somebody that they don't trust you. It's just that people that it's like you made a bad first impression kind of deal. So who knows what that might lead to? Who knows what that actually did with you? But you said you're going to the Forge Master?
Yeah.
The Forge Master Kelda, kind of. You can see she's probably one of the busier ones that you kind of went into. At least some of the guild masters that you kind of encountered. She's definitely or she's in the middle of something when you guys kind of come to her area, and she kind of takes a few moments to speak with someone before turning around and goes, "Greetings. You've been here a few days. I hope our accommodations have been suited for you and your diverse group that you have."
Oh yes. Me and Dr. Martin are studious crafters, so this is a great visit for us. And then, of course, Shinaba likes anything to do with weapons or armor, so she's in heaven. And beer. But really, yeah, he kind of gives Shinaba a dirty look when he knows she's going to open her mouth about the stout beer. and
Now, out.
and say, we're really here to check on if you or anybody else really needs some help. We worked with the All Joiner who we looked at the wall for. And we did notice something, by the way. I don't know if he's spoken to you about it, but on the western wall, and he gives like a general like description of the place. He says that place has been under repeated strain. It's not just a small tremor that might be causing it. It's something that's happening often, almost like somebody's weakening that part of the wall, or something. But they're doing it repetitively enough to make it seem like it's happening naturally without drawing attention. But I'm sure the Carpenters Guild is on that. But figured, the more who know the details, the better. But do you know of anybody who needs some help?
Well, thank you for at least investigating some issues. I do have an issue that could be hopefully helped out with what I would hope is a neutral arbiter in a dispute. Several merchants in the city are accusing the Anvilers Guild of selling inferior quality merchandise deliberately. And that is not an insult that one wants against their craftsmanship, especially when it can hurt the business of the guild. I'm trying to resolve this situation as quickly as I can. But obviously, it's a bit hard when you represent one of the sides in said dispute.
Oh, yes, of course. Between Dr. Martin and I, we should be able to figure out what's going on.
Yes.
Very well. If you can follow me. And she kind of lead you out. Does the rest of the group follow, or is it just the two?
Sean will follow, just at a distance.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow.
It eventually leads you through, and you go into this other nearby building, which as you walk in, it's interesting because it's set up, and you can tell by the architecture, by some of these statues, that it looks to be a temple of sorts. What? And on some of the, they kind of have laid out on some of the tables, there's various weapons, swords, maces, all sorts of different assortment of weapons kind of laid out. And you see the Forge Master goes, some of these are some of the ones that have recently been brought to these merchants that have been saying that the craftsmanship is deliberately inferior to what we normally produce.
Oh, the first question is, of course, did you produce these? Or is there perhaps some sort of chance that there's a counterfeit?
Counterfeit swords?
They usually have maker's marks. I'd hope that the Anvilers Guild would put a maker's mark on it.
Yes, we do have, depending on the various smith that has crafted them. Yes, they do. And we have many. As the largest guild here in the city, we have many smiths that craft weapons and armor for the city and the merchants. So there's a number of makers here.
Well, I actually happen to have an item on me to help me with this, and Van will twist the crafter's eyepiece lens, which apparently does something neat. So twisting the lens reveals a faint three-dimensional outline of the item you plan on building or repairing with labels on the component parts. And
that's convenient.
I know, right? And I also have the Eye of the Wise, which is some funky-ass shit that it does. Hold on. It gives me a bonus to not really any of this. Decipher writing, disable device, identify magic, pick a lock, seek, or sense motive. I thought it would help with this, but it doesn't seem like it would.
Doesn't seem like
I assume it's a
would.
crafting check.
Yeah, crafting or perception, either one.
Okay. All right. Well, I will roll a crafting check then.
And I shall roll perception.
I am going to use a hero point.
I'm going to roll perception terribly.
Seriously, I rolled a 4 and a 2. Can I just have a good day? Fuck.
Why don't I'm going to hero point that and cross my fingers.
We can do perception on these six?
Yeah, you can just take a look at them, yeah.
Okay. Man, just can't roll tonight either.
I know. Man, Hobo was rolling earlier today in Foundry and crit us 4 times, but no joke. I told him, why can't you roll like that when we play?
Because roll 20 is a fickle bitch.
Okay. Looking through the weapons, Dr. Martin can... There are very subtle hidden flaws in a number of the different weapons. It's faintly, barely noticeable by you. But you notice that there are some, with your keen eye and how things work and how things, you're able to just pick out a few issues.
Okay. So I am going to point out the flaws to Van. Oh yes, well, if you see here, they are the grain structure of the metal is terrible. It's, of course you wouldn't be able to notice this unless you had some sort of prior experience with such things before, but, it's certainly incorrect.
I'm going to say that Dr. Martin's help is the reason why Van rolls so low, because he's so busy half listening to Dr. Martin while looking at these things that he just kind of half-asses it. He says, yes, of course. And we'll grab, it's not all of the items, right? It's specific ones, or is it every single one has a flaw?
A good chunk of them do. A good handful, definitely. It's not just one or two. You can see that it's definitely a few different ones have done it.
Okay. Can after I gather them all together, can I look at them more closely again? Focusing on them specifically and looking at them and the flaws that he's pointing out, or is my role pretty much just it?
I mean, unfortunately, it's pretty much that is your role to look at them. Looking at them again, unless you have some other way to look at them, essentially the same thing that you just did, kind of.
I mean, other than
confirm that there's something wrong with them,
right? I was thinking more when you cursorily look over something, right? It's one thing, but when somebody points out flaws and says, "Hey, can you look at this? Can you look at that?" It's a whole different ball game then, right? But if you only want to use the one roll, it's just the one roll.
I mean, you can try another roll, sure.
30.
I know.
With Dr. Martin pointing at you, now you kind of recognize some of the similar flaws.
Okay. I'll bring over the the Forge Master. Do they all have the same maker's mark, or are they a bunch of different ones?
They have different maker's marks.
Okay. I'll bring them over, or I'll motion her over because you said that there's a lot, and I'll say, all right, so here's all the ones that we noticed had flaws. All those over there don't. But they're similar flaws, right?
They are depending. It varies depending on the weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an assortment of very faint flaws, just enough of different types. But
Okay.
depending on the weapon, there might be different flaws. Yeah.
All right, I will point them out and say, from what it looks like, is somebody maybe sabotaging your weapons.
You know if you've been cursed? Or perhaps someone has invited a gremlin in?
She looks at. You kind of point out and goes, thank you for just one moment, please. She kind of walks over to because there are some other merchants are also kind of in here as well because it is their wares. And you can see she goes over to them and goes, and I do apologize for the product. You will be reimbursed for all those products, and seems that we do have some issues or discrepancies with some of our smiths that need to be sorted out. And you can see she kind of quickly works with them and sends them to some of our associates to clean up the paperwork. Actually, kind of eventually turns back to you guys and goes, well, sorry, it does seem like that someone or something is responsible for the shoddy craftsmanship, and they've been able to avoid detection so far, but I'm hoping that we can figure out who it is before more of this news comes out to hurt the guild.
I hate to ask, but do you guys have any competitors?
In terms of,
You don't suppose there would be some skullduggery going on?
Triad, right? They're merchants, so they pretend to be.
Maybe.
Making fake gold and stuff.
But
Merchants of Death.
but how long has this been going on?
I mean, we've had a few reports. It's been a bit more prevalent as of late, I would say. It's a few weeks at least.
Yes, that's fits with our timeline. Right. Okay. I suppose could you gather all of everybody who makes these weapons is in your guild, right? I assume that's why you're so up in arms, because it's casting shame upon the guild itself if these weapons are not at as high a grade.
Correct. We do. I mean, the majority of our smiths and weapon smiths do a part of the guild. There are some that certainly aren't in the guild. We don't exactly allow every blacksmith in the guild. There's an entrance exam and a rigorous process to ensure that you live up to the quality of the work that I demand of my smiths.
But every single one of these people is part of your guild. Every single one of the people that have made these weapons, right?
Correct. Yes, they.
Do you have some other examples of your guild's work that I can look at? Perhaps older ones that have been available, that were made well before this all began?
Could you gather the workers who made these pieces together. Maybe we could have a conversation with them and check in and see. Shinova and Inkichaka and Perto over there, they have very watchful eyes. They would probably be able to detect if somebody's lying. And we can question them and ask them if they remember making this weapon or making this specific flaw in this weapon. You see, these don't seem like regular mistakes. They almost seem like
Deliberate sabotage.
Yes.
Let's talk and see
Sure.
if they're.
I can gather. It will take some time to gather them, but I can certainly gather them here to see what you.
We have
wish.
all day.
Not going anywhere.
We are not on schedules. Well, I suppose. No. Well, some of us are, but no, we're not.
Well, while he's doing that, why don't we go see if anybody else needs some help?
The whole point of this was predicated on your eyes being there.
Oh, but
Sorry.
he said it's going to take a while to bring everybody together.
I mean, so it takes about like. I think it's at least an hour just for Kelda to gather at least a handful of smiths that you were specifically kind of asking for. Just because again, like I said, the guild is quite big, so just at least the ones that for those weapons at least, to pull them away from their workshops, stores, kind of deal. But eventually they would all gather, so it would take about an hour, so probably to get them from all the different sites.
Basically, what Van would do is have Perto and the others nearby and match up the maker's mark to the person who made it and then bring them over and basically show them their weapon. Say, do you remember making this? And do you remember this flaw? And points it out, the very specific flaws in the weapons. And see if they're going to say, no, I didn't make this. Because what I'm thinking is two things. Either, one, they have somebody who is taking these weapons after they're made and putting in flaws. Or two, there's somebody who is passing off these weapons as guild weapons. Maybe to put bad faith in the guild.
Yeah, I feel like it's most likely the second one. I guess maybe not even how substantial, I guess, are these flaws in these weapons? Like, are they going to fall apart for it, or are they just not like masterwork crafted? Like, they're not up to guild standards weapons, or like, are they actually just going to like be terrible when it comes time to defend the city or something?
Reports
Oh, that's a good point.
have claimed that while the weapons do look quite finely crafted, there have been reports that a number of them have broken under sustained exposure in battle.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that was like Van said. I don't know if it's even necessarily just
Yeah, are you out from the town guard for these weapons?
Yeah, like if we paid for like $100 sword or 100 gold sword, you gave us like a 50 gold one or something. That'd be different versus like if these are all falling apart and everything. That's concerning.
Yeah, if they're gonna shatter the first time they get used.
And kind of like Cosmo's thing that he put up, it seems more like sabotaging security of the city rather than just trying to undermine the guild at that point.
Yeah, which kind of tracks with what happened with the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, the wall's also sabotage.
I will, this as a point of clarification, since it's that most of the complaints are coming from the merchants purchasing the merchandise.
Okay.
Seem to be the ones that are kind of, obviously they purchase it, they sell it. the customer
Right, the
comes
complaints are going
back,
to go to them.
and yeah, the customer comes back and is like, "You sold me a broken sword." So
Yeah.
they're the ones that kind of, although they're the ones complaining more than say soldiers.
Right, but still, the fact of the matter is that it's almost sabotage. So
Right. Like it's a significantly lower quality of sword than you would expect, kind of thing. It's not like it's just not real gold leaf on the handle or something. Like it's actually just not a good sword. Okay. So yeah, I guess in that instance, maybe it is still to put, throw doubt on the Merchants Guild for like, hey, why are you trying to sell this subpar product? But I don't know. The fact that they're straight up falling apart and everything seems a little more concerning to me.
right, so yeah, basically to kind of investigate this, is there like anything specific we have to do to investigate this? Otherwise, I'm just kind of gonna ad hoc it with bringing the people to look at their weapons.
Yeah, like, can we find out from the merchants, like, are they basically like middlemen or whatever? Like, can we find out who they purchased these swords from? Are they purchasing swords from like a back alley supplier? Or like, do we need to follow up the wholesaler and figure out at what point like swords are being replaced with counterfeits or something?
The swords would be purchased from the Anvilus Guild. Would be the ones selling it to the merchants.
Okay, yeah, they buy it directly from the guild. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in terms of how to if you want to investigate these particular people, so depending on if how you. So I think from what you said, you were showing them their weapons, kind of.
Mm-hmm. And going through like, hey, did you make this? And if you did, did you see this? And points out the flaw and say, we noticed it in a lot of other weapons, and kind of just go around everybody whose maker's mark is on this, because if they didn't make it, they're gonna be fucking pissed, because that's their work that's getting passed off as their work, and it's not, and it's bad.
You have copies for the real weapon. Okay. After some time, the people, all the different smiths kind of look and examine the different crafts and weapons that you show them, and they look and go, "Oh, it's. I mean, this looks. It doesn't look like my work. Looks a bit crappy, to be kind of." And you see, even like with your help with the Forge Master, kind of like identifying the very subtle flaws. They go, I checked the sword when it came. After I was done with it, there was no such flaw when I finished it. So it doesn't. It looks like it's mine, but I don't remember these weapons having such issues when they left my anvil.
And that seems to be like the overall, like,
yeah.
So after that, I'll just turn to the Forge Master and say, well, do you have anybody or anything that would do this? Because it looks like you have sabotage on your hands.
I don't. The only thing that may work, I don't know how much of a sneaky group that you and your group is, but could be possible that looking at the smith might not be the best angle. Perhaps if you were merchants, maybe you could try and see who's selling or who's acquiring these weapons, these weird.
Trail.
What'd you say?
Said follow the money trail.
We could do the. Maybe I can cast some spells to make ourselves look like dwarven merchants. I'm afraid that we'd stick out like sore thumbs here unless you have merchants other than dwarves buying things from the city.
We occasionally have surface dwellers come down here to purchase some of our wares. I pride myself on some of our work, which is why this dispute is not something that I take lightly.
Do the Guild of Coins have anything to do with these transactions? They involved? Maybe they would have records.
As far as I'm aware, the guild doesn't. I mean, they won't micromanage all the merchants, but they will handle the necessary paperwork and licenses and all that a merchant would need to practice selling.
All right. Well, I suppose we can go to you. I kind of like look at Shanava and the others and say, well, we are rather a stick out bunch. It might be best if perhaps only a few of us do this. For example, Dr. Martin, you're rat folk, so unless you have some way of disguising yourself to not look like a rat, well, I'm sure that the Scarlet Triad, if they're part of this at all, would know to look for. He points at Kichaka and Dr. Martin and says, "The rat folk and the Leshy."
You do make a good point. Very well. I shall remain and work on producing some potions, I think. I do believe we could use some more curatives of life. Kichaka appears to be attempting to get high as fuck, as the kids say.
Don't touch that.
And you,
They've done this.
I could consult my spellbook to cast Veil today. He will tell the Forge Master that we'll pose as merchants to order a sizable amount of weapons, like 20 or 30 weapons, to take back to the surface.
Ooh, that's good.
And then consult his spellbook to get Veil for the day and cast Veil on himself. Actually, he won't cast it on himself, but he will cast on Shanava and Perto. Shanava to look less like a Caden Kalen paladin and more like a caravan guard. And same with Perto. He has a very distinctive weapon in Eclipse, so...
That's hilarious. I totally forgot I have deception as a skill now. Totally forgot about that.
Ooh, that could become useful.
Yep, that was helpful. Plus with the cape, you get a bonus.
Deception. Never see me coming.
Yeah, so if you have deception, you get a +4. You get just a flat +4 status bonus.
That's why I have +4 on there.
And if you don't, if you don't have it, you add your level +4 to the deception check. But yeah, so I will cast that, and then that is a 4th level spell, right? Yeah, use up that slot, and then we'll go to town and pose as merchants trying to buy some weapons to take to the surface.
All right.
Okay.
So doing such a task will take a good chunk of the day. So probably multiple casts. How long does Veil last?
Hour.
Hour. So probably a few casts of
That's fine.
Of Veil to go through it.
I can do up to 4, so let me know how many I need to use.
Okay, we'll say that suffices enough for at least that part.
Okay.
And so is all 5 of you all investigating or opposing? I guess is the
Doc was sitting this one
Doc
out.
sitting it out. I think yeah.
And so is Kichaka, because
Chaka. Okay.
We're too distinctive.
Chaka's ground.
Okay.
I think Kachaka is just getting high as fuck.
yeah.
He is tripping balls.
Otherwise, the rest of you, unless you have a good reasoning, it would be a deception check to pretend to be actual merchants looking to buy weapons,
And I use.
and this would be a secret check. Yes.
Can I use crafting to actually pose as a merchant, because I build these things and would have inside knowledge on how the how these things work, and having put together some trade things. I'm okay with using either diplomacy or crafting. Is that a good reason?
I guess I'll allow crafting.
Thank
Of course,
God.
change it depending on the stretch.
Secret skills.
Are we dwarves?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're surface dwellers. That's right.
Yeah, you guys are still human. It's just basically everything that isn't about your like facial features or anything. It's disguised as mostly your armor and weapons to make yourselves look like your guards, instead of a paladin of Caden Kalen and some dude who uses a very fancy star knife.
It doesn't matter how many creatures you veil, right? Because technically, I do have that gauntlet of holding or whatever now, glove of holding. I could just put Eclipse in that for the time being, but
It was just more of an overall like make you look like a guard kind of thing. It's not just about Eclipse.
got it. Okay.
Just checking for Shanava. Did you include the bonus from the veil?
Yeah, I had a +4 on that.
Okay, so
My mod's 24.
My roll does not include the +4.
Ishinava, you might want to use your hero point.
Might be a crit. Might be a crit success. He's pushing it over.
and
Or
you said Perto, you did not have the +4, right?
Correct. So whatever
Okay.
number it goes to you, you should add 4 to.
Okay.
Do you already have deception as a skill?
I do. I'm trained.
Okay. Okay.
Why I'm trained in deception, I could honestly not tell you. I just chose that.
It just happened.
That character creation.
You had to lie to mom and dad a lot about where Shinava was.
Oh, that's perfect.
Your investigation, looking around, trying to find weapons, takes you a good chunk of the day, but you manage to see that there's someone selling rather high quality weapons, and he goes by the name of Rigven, and they asking around, they eventually kind of direct you to where his shop is located in the merchant district.
Let's get the dock. Let's just leave him outside in case there's trouble.
So because of the +4, he didn't
and
quit.
Kichaka,
Kichaka.
while you're out, could you pass off that name to the Forge Master?
Yeah, ask if he's heard of this person before. But they're
Right.
associated with the guild at least.
So who's passing the information along?
Whoever's going to go get Doc Martin and Kichaka.
Okay. When you bring it up to the Forge Master, she goes, I can look into our records and see if that name has come across our guild. It doesn't sound familiar offhand, but our records should see if that person has any affiliation with us.
Speed that up, because we're about to go over there.
Okay.
No.
Even speeding it up, it does take some time for her to go get the records. Well, probably about like 20 minutes. Let's go find and go to things. She comes back and goes, "Oh yes, I've looked into that name. He has appeared to have applied to the Anvilist Guild, but it seems that he was unable to pass our entrance exam and had failed it, not allowing him to become a member of our guild. So he's not one of my smiths."
He failed, does it say?
I mean, I could go through the extensive process of our exam, but it's needless to say that the products made were not of enough proper quality to my standing. Basically, Forge and Fire, the show. Your blade will not kill.
I've never seen this.
It's a really good show.
I saw it like it was the weirdest.
That's like the competition, reality competition.
It's like a reality blacksmithing competition.
Oh,
It's like Chopped, but for blacksmithing.
I didn't know that was the name of it. That's funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw like one Thanksgiving, and I'm like, "What is this? This is insane." I just watched it for the next like 4 hours. I'm like, it's just like
awesome.
it's just because it's literally like the full on like making stuff, and it's just
Oh man, and they say that on the show, like your blade would not kill. That's like a
there's this one Asian guy who like all his job is to like see if your blade will actually cut and actually be like lethal. So if you don't like watching a guy just like butcher pigs upon pigs every episode, because he just like massacres like pigs and like anything with like claymores and katanas and all sorts of weapons.
Yeah, they did a chakram once upon a time. That was the big episode I like, where those throwing rings that you don't see often.
Oh yeah,
They're totally useless.
they are a bit kind of like it's a shame because they're pretty cool.
So after they get back, we actually had a question. Hold on, what was it that you asked again, sir? Like why they failed?
well, yeah. Why did he fail? But he just said they were just shoddy stuff.
Okay.
Your blade will
Didn't
not
meet
kill.
their standards.
All right. Well, sounds like this is our guy. Let's find out where he's getting these weapons.
Okay. Did everybody go to the shop together?
Yep.
All right.
I believe so.
Yeah, but we'll have if we're gonna continue the charade, we should have maybe Doc and Kachaka wait outside.
Yeah, I'm waiting outside now.
Walking into the shop, you can see it is full display of weapons, armors, attachments, other supplies that would go with weapons and armors. All looks to be finally made. As you can see, this dwarf come in with grayish hair, grayish beard, as he kind of steps out from the counter and goes, "Greetings and welcome to my shop. What kind of weapon or armor are you lot looking for? You seem to be new faces here that I haven't done purchase with, and I'm always looking to help the merchants."
Real quick before I answer him, how many exits to the shop is there?
Always check your exits.
And other patrons.
There's in terms of the actual like main shop area, there's only one entrance in or out to like the street level. Yeah. In terms of patrons, there would have been someone in there just like making a purchase. It's up to you if you want to go in while they're still there, or you want to wait for them a few moments for them to wrap up and leave.
We'll wait for them to leave.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of like...
Oh, wait, no, that's the door.
Once we do, I'll kind of like nod at the door for Shinaba and then say, "Oh, yes, we came for a very specific reason." And I'm going to pull out one of the weapons that was being passed off and put it on the table and say, "Would you like to tell me why you are having these weapons sabotaged?" And the Forge Masters Guild's already onto it. We're just here to talk. And Van will smile.
Well, I looks at the weapon and looks and goes, I'm an innocent party in all this. If you say this is from the Anvilers Guild, well, maybe they're the ones trying to set me up. I'm having a profitable business now, finally, not part of their guild. They're trying to take down someone that's not in their fold.
See, bullshit. You failed their exam because of your shoddy work. And now you're sabotaging their work to pass it off as your own, I'm guessing? Oh, no. I see exactly what you're doing. He says, like, pretending to think through it. He says, you're passing off their work so that all of the business comes to you instead of to the Anvilers Guild so that you could make a quick buck. But you should have known that wouldn't have lasted in the long run. And, I'm also going to do a perception check on this guy as he bald-faced lies to me. Secret.
Okay. He both appears to be telling the truth and that he is an innocent party in all this. He looks like, I don't know what you expect. This. I wouldn't mark weapons that aren't my own weapons. Kind of work do you think I do here? This will come into my shop and just insult me like that. At this point, I will probably say you would need some sort of roll if you wish to continue the conversation.
About the old intimidation.
Well, she coerces. I'll use diplomacy. Does it have to be secret?
Wizard bad fighter. Is that what we're doing right now?
Yeah, good wizard, bad fighter.
Or good.
Let me just check and see if it's. I don't think make impression. Making impression is not secret. No,
know the effect right away. It's the gather information is the secret. Getting
that's
it's like an information thing, right?
That has a +1 because of my diplomat's badge.
Okay.
going to get close enough to physically threaten him. It's +1 to this. Say, we know you're working with the Triad.
Yeah,
You don't even want to know what we did with the last person we found that was working for them.
Yeah, look, this doesn't have to be ugly. Schnav has a really bad temper when it has to do with anything that has to do with the Triad. So I suggest you just work with us.
God damn it. Can I beat an 8? I'll beat an 8. Fuck it.
Wah, wah.
Oh.
Man!
Yes. He looks at the both of you, kind of just like surrounding him, and goes,
We can get you out of this, but you have to help us. If you don't,
No.
well, you're just going to be another thing in our way.
And you're our only lead. We could use your help. We can try to work to make sure that the fallback on this doesn't hurt you.
32, right?
he goes, fine, yes, I have been making some forgery weapons, but if you all do really wish to work with me, maybe you can bring a word up to the Forge Master, give me some mercy. I have information that's more important than just me trying to make my own way in this city.
Who are you working with? And of course, I don't mind speaking for you if you're willing to help us.
All right, there are some agents in the city, agents of Droskar, that are active in here, and they are working to bring the city down to its knees. They came to me and they blackmailed me into making these forgery weapons.
Rosgar? Droskar. That's what I got, yeah. The hell is a Droskar?
Oh. The patron deity of Durgar.
Is that?
Roll evolution check.
Yeah, let's roll a religion check. I don't know that. I guess I could roll. I don't know shit.
Religion.
Guys, in 2 levels, I'll have religion.
Damn it. I keep doing the wrong button. Why is it doing that?
Oh yeah, but those were high enough, definitely. Yes, for anybody who metagames it, Droska is the dwarven deity that represents the Durgar, essentially the antithesis of Torag, kind of the dark smith, if you will.
Ah.
Should I have a note about him?
Let me see what you. Yeah, you would.
One.
Yeah, you would. You would have heard about him. He's definitely come up at least somewhat in something. He's not that obscure, but
Yeah, his part of his portfolio is slavery, so I'm sure that as part of Kalian's teachings, you'd learn about the gods of slavery. But yeah, Ivan's like, Droskar? What the hell is that? Is that a location? I look at the others.
Don't look at me.
It's the god of the dark dwarves. And he came across a few of the passages talking about how they enslave those they feel to be lesser.
Well,
That's not good.
it also holds with the Scarlet Triad's modus operandi.
He enslaves those and then learns their secrets.
I wonder if Droskar is some sort of dwarvish word for Scarlet Triad.
No idea, but you should come with us. We'll speak for you.
He's able to tell you that much. How do you know this? I mean, where do they operate from? Who's their leader?
I don't know where they operate from. Like I said, they came and they forced me to make these weapons for them. The leader's this scary woman. I think her name was Embermead. I think Ilstra Embermead.
Oh, yes, that's a triad.
We got it.
All right.
Scary. Why? How?
I mean, she was a mean one. Like I've seen some mean dwarves in my time, but she was a cruel one.
She's not a Durgar, is she?
Embermead sounds like a definite dwarven name.
No, she is a dwarf.
Well, let's go to the Forge Master and speak for you, considering you were forced to do this. He
You're
said,
good by telling us. We'll put in a good word for you, just like Van said. But you got to help us some more. You gotta figure out how we can meet up with this Embermead.
locations, dead
He's in the
drops.
town? He's in the town? She's here in the keep. I mean, in the walls, within the walls. She's got to know we're here. Probably weren't too quiet with all this council business.
Okay. So with that,
Now it's a matter of who's gonna make the first move.
what moves have already been made? Dun 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 dun. So what do you guys say you did?
We're going to take him to the Forge Master and extract a full confession on all the things that he's been doing, and collaborate with the Forge Master and the Carpenters Guild, because it's not just at this point. It's not just a conspiracy. It's a fact that somebody is trying to weaken the town. Starting with the wards, now the weapons. It's only a matter of time. We gotta check with the other groups to see if they have anything too that's fallen under their purview.
Okay. The Forge Master listens and goes, "Look, I'm glad we've figured out what has been going on, and if there is worshippers of Droska here in the city, it is certainly cause to alarm, but one that we can't make too publicly known. Don't want to let them know that we know, and more importantly, cause panic among our citizens. We'll have Brigwin at least serve some time in the prison for his crimes and for what he's done to tarnish the name of some of our smiths."
I mean, is that necessary? Prison, really? It could still be of use to us. Maybe he could work it off in other ways.
Tell me, would you like if someone disrespected your name, jeopardized your reputation?
Hey. She puts her hand up. I'm not saying what he did wasn't wrong. I'm just saying maybe we could give him the chance to make it right.
Oh, we'll certainly give him a chance after he serves his time. It's by your words that we are at least not prosecuting him even more harshly.
She hates
But I will at least see.
Perhaps you could, instead of putting him in prison, he says, looking at Shanava, appropriate his shop and everything in it as amends.
Oh.
We can Make a diplomacy check.
This will be with a +1. Oh my god!
Roll for initiative.
Seriously?
Wow. Initiative.
Fuck me. Actually,
I-
yeah. What did we?
I will.
Yeah, what Kachaka said.
Goes into a furious battle rage.
I
Well,
think-
Snub's trying
It
to.
won't be their problem if he's at Fort Kickass.
Very pro not locking people up. That's like almost like being enslaved. But she'll do diplomacy too if that's cool.
Okay.
Okay, I just made an impression and reduced her attitude towards us by 1 step. So if you can succeed, that'll at least even it out.
Gucci.
She looks and goes, what wow. So what do you wish for us to handle him and his crimes? If not taking some time off in prison to think about his actions.
Well, I had a little voice in my ear. You see, we have a keep on the other side of the gate that we arrived in. We could conscript him and take care of him ourselves, and have him work for us. That way, he's in a whole nother country. It's not like you have to worry about him besmirching your reputation, and not only that, but he could make his own living and do his own thing at our town rather than staying with you and in your town. And he's out of your hair completely. You don't have to worry about any more backstabbery or betrayal.
Take them off your hands.
You wish to take a smith that has subpar skills to work for you, to work for you, to craft weapons for whatever purpose you may have.
Nails.
We certainly need things other than weapons. Nails, shingles, braces, joints.
This is a dwarven matter that must be dealt with amongst our own.
Okay.
The agents or whatever this issue is, that certainly is something that has to be dealt with. But his arrogance of thinking he could manipulate the market for his own selfish needs is not a matter
Alright.
that you should have to concern yourselves with. But
Well, we tried.
I understand
Well-
you've certainly at least done quite a good deed here in helping us with at least tracking him down and finding some sort of looming threat to our city. I don't know if any of you lot specialize in the arcane runes. Could certainly work with you. Could certainly work with you, group, to kind of see what you wish to. May have some knowledge to pass along.
Oh yes, I've always wanted to learn how to make a holy rune.
You can do that?
Yes, I'm a good person.
Touché.
So fortunately you do not get your holy rune.
Really?
Correct. No. You do gain the knowledge to learn to craft 2 different runes. One is the kin warding rune. This one might not be the greatest one, but it is a dwarven rune that is specifically made The Kin Warding rune allows you to use a weapon's parry trait on an adjacent target.
It has
ally.
to be etched onto a clan dagger, so you have to use a clan dagger.
So, I believe that they do say etched onto a clan dagger, yes. So I think that the way they kind of teach you how to make these so you don't have to be specific to a clan dagger. Because it doesn't make sense why they would teach you something that can only be put on a clan dagger if nobody has a clan dagger. I feel like.
Those are particularly parrying weapons anyway.
Yeah, bow staff, clan dagger, sword cane, main gosh, nightstick, and tekokagi.
The other one is the Greater Bloodbane rune. This one does also say on a clan dagger, but I'm assuming it can be on any weapon. That's how I'm going to rule it, because not like clan daggers are a common thing.
Unless you're a dwarf. I believe every dwarf gets a clan dagger.
Deals 1d4 bleed to creatures designated as the clan's enemy.
Of course, if you're a dwarf, you shouldn't be using your clan dagger to kill stuff, because that's...
Oh, it's a big
It's like your honor
like
in
a
dagger
Klingon
form.
dagger.
Yeah, exactly.
But they could use it in like ritual combat, right?
This would be great if a campaign like was around these specific enemies.
Yeah. I think they dropped the ball on that, on the clan dagger only runes.
From a
Like I
specific-
said, I'm gonna say that you can do those on other ones, not just clan daggers. Just still have to be on a weapon, and I think you can also. Let me read the description. It says typically drow, so you can technically pick a specific type. It doesn't have to be just those 4.
Oh, okay.
It just says.
Oh, so you can say, oh, it's like a Bane back from way back in 1E. Got it.
Okay. But it bleeds them. It's the extra damage.
Well, can I learn the Holy Rune formula? It's a level 11 formula, but you said they go up to level 12 here for weapons and armor stuff. Would they have level 11 runes?
I think the max was 10, but 12 for weapons and armor, I think is what it was said.
Yeah, but runes are specific to weapons and armor, which is why I was asking, because it's kind of in that in between.
Yeah, it's a bit weird because it is one of those things that's like, sure, we'll say you can get access to it. That one you would have to purchase the actual.
I'll buy. Yeah,
buy thing.
it's 70 gold. So
Really?
yeah.
You also, the Forge Master will also give you one last service, one of our own personal services. It's a bit ironic, actually. You can upgrade any weapon of your choice to a +2 greater striking weapon.
Oh,
The day after we do that,
Are you kidding me?
we could have saved 900 gold, guys.
Doc's up next, I guess. He's got a weapon he uses pretty frequently.
I've got a
Not really.
staff
Use
that I
staff.
use, but I don't use it for bonking.
So funny.
If there's no weapon that you choose to do it, then
Maybe one of
Wait, no. Morningstar.
yeah, I was gonna say Perto's other weapon.
Yeah, that's right. Perto dual wields. Yeah,
It doesn't have
Or-
W runes.
Kachaka has an idea there. Can we put it on like
I was
Lucia's
this whole
mouth?
time. Feels bad. Yeah, I was gonna say I have the Morningstar itself is a +1. Can I jump it up from the +1 to the +2 greater immediately?
Thing upgrade.
yes, the Forge Master she's putting the runes on herself for you.
Big
Yeah.
reward.
Take my Mithril Morningstar, make that a +2 greater Morningstar. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Boom. Well, there we go.
That's so funny. Spend a day doing that instead of talking to the dwarves.
Hilarious.
You're never gonna get in trouble. Who knows? You can never tell. No
True.
regrets.
Never know
Regrets.
when you can shop.
Mm-hmm.
The hobo leave?
Yeah, he left for the night.
Okay.
It's almost 9, so
Yeah. So what I'll say, but just for ease, when you guys go to bed this evening, your advice and experience of figuring out that something might be going on, you will have leveled up to level 13.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
I have the same HP as the original Pokemon count.
Wow.
Really interesting reference.
151.
151.
That's the only thing I think of when I think of 151.
That's true.
I
I
am
am
146
sure it's against the 200.
Yeah.
90, maybe.
Jeez.
And that, well, actually,
I feel like I should have way more if our sorcerer is 151.
on that note, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like the videos, comment on the videos, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, and catch us next week with another episode of Age of Ashes.